Hi, this is Ellen from Cambridge Immigration Law. Today I want to talk about the topic of lawful permanent residents, so green card holders traveling outside the United States when they have criminal issues. So this means you are a lawful permanent resident, but at some point after you got your green card, you got a criminal conviction, and whether you should travel outside the United States and be allowed to return. Now, generally, green card holders are allowed to leave and come back. Issues that arose before they got their green card status are usually, if things were done right, forgiven or cleaned up. If you have a conviction, though, after your green card was issued, it could potentially make you deportable or ineligible to enter the United States. So that means that there's some convictions that you can get and stay in the United States and they don't make you deportable. That would be something like a theft crime that a person got after a number of years of being in the United States. That doesn't make the person deportable. But if that person leaves the United States and wants to come back in, that theft crime makes them ineligible to enter the United States, and they would be put into deportation proceedings. The other big scenario that happens is possession of marijuana. So people will get a possession of marijuana conviction in the United States. They'll leave and they'll try to come back, and they will get not allowed to come back at the border. They'll be put into removal proceedings. And before Trump, what that meant generally was that somebody would get some paperwork. They might be called back to the airport at some point to bring dockets. And then they generally would get paperwork that would have them go to court at some point in the future. They could have been detained, and I certainly had clients before Trump detained at the airport because of even like a minor conviction of possession with marijuana. Right now, we're seeing a lot of these people being detained and or just sent back to the place where they came from. So one thing that has confused a lot of people is that they've traveled a lot of times and that's never come up. That does not mean that the government couldn't have done this at any point in time. Trump did not invent this. It's just I think he's looking more aggressively into criminal convictions and certainly acting more aggressively when the CBP officers find someone. But this is nothing new. And so if you had come to me last year, or if somebody else had become president and you had a conviction for marijuana, I would tell you, do not leave the country because you will not be allowed back into the country. So if you have a criminal conviction, even if you've traveled 10 times and you've never had a problem, do not leave the United States unless you speak with an immigration attorney to figure out if that conviction makes you ineligible to re-enter the United States. Also, you want to know if that conviction makes you deportable while you're in the United States, because that's another risk. So here at Cambridge Immigration Law, we work with clients with criminal convictions, criminal charges all the time, and we would love to help you figure out if your pending or past criminal issues have an effect on your current or possible future immigration status. So give us a call and we'll help you. Thanks.